Well, good evening, guys. How you doing? Uh, First thing, I'd like to know if I sound okay, if everybody can hear me, and if I'm way out of sync with the video, because I got a whole new sound mixer thing going on here, and I have no idea whether it's going to be working properly or not. So, somebody give me an idea in the chat if you don't mind. I'd appreciate that. I'm hoping. Ken says it's all good here. Okay, super. Um, I've had this studio set up, and one of the and using an external mixer. One of the things that really had me stymied was how to get the audio from the desktop, from playing videos and Chrome and all that, into the mix without this stupid echo that keeps popping up. So a little later today, I'll talk about this crazy thing that I got set up here, and hopefully maybe you guys can help me test it when I actually have somebody on the panel with me to make sure that the StreamYards is coming and gone with. Yeah, Spanky's yeah, he's scratching all right. Anyway, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving, and I did too. And actually, unlike some of the real hardcores who never miss a stream, I decided you guys could probably live without me on Thanksgiving. And not that I don't love you all, but I'd rather, I had an opportunity to spend it with my family, go out into the woods where they were camping, and have a big Thanksgiving dinner out there with trees and deer wandering around looking for food, be in a park like it is. Of course, it's protected for the animals, and the deer that live there have been protected for generations, I would imagine, and they're pretty fearless. And while they don't come up and quite eat out of your hand yet, they do come pretty close, and it's pretty neat opportunity to see some of the wildlife that's out there. Let me say hi to some of the early birds here. Craig, Mad Kiwi, how you doing? Everybody seems to be driving. And Ken, he's driving too. Whiz Bang, good to see you. And Paul, Phantom Hodges Drone, and that's all I see in the chat. It says I got 7 watching, so there's probably a few lurkers out there. I sent out some invites for people to come in, and if any of you didn't get one and would like to join in on the chat, keep me company. Oh, Gary's here. He's been lurking. How you doing, Gary? Happy Thanksgiving to you. I guess they celebrate Thanksgiving in Canada. I don't know. I think we've talked about that, but I don't. Oh, there you go. That's right. It's all good. So do I have any Americans in here? I've got Canadians and Australians, and yeah, Ken is American, I think. Well, there's a couple things to talk about tonight, I guess. And I think the biggest thing is all this supposed upheaval that I've been hearing about on YouTube with every time I turn on somebody else's stream, I hear them talking about the big purge is coming, and all kinds of unknowns, and I don't know what to think, but I want to show you, and I guess a lot of you guys have probably just got this same thing that I got. I don't think I have to worry about YouTube purging me, because they just sent me an email telling me how much they love me, and here it is, and it says Old guy in a drone, you've had an awesome year. See your 2019 year in review. And there I am with all kinds of squirrelies, and I don't know whether I'm celebrating or cursing, but that's me. My 2019 year in review. So it says I uploaded 109 videos and gained 847 subscribers, which goes without saying. You rule. I rule. I'm the guy. I rule. Thanks for making this year one for the books. I wonder if they say the same thing to the guys that have 100,000 subscribers, or they're just trying to make the little guys feel good. Anyway, going on, it says I have 4,436 watch hours, and fans can't take their eyes off me. In that time, I could drive from Las Vegas to Area 51 2,957 times, it says. I've had 3,113 total likes. 620 liked one particular video, my little GoPro Hero 7 how to build a vlog video, which is my biggest video of all time with 20-some thousand views. Again, yeah, in small print, please send $20 for the next nice letter. And it says I've had a grand total of 44,045 views. And then they personally, somebody up there in YouTube sat down and personally sent this to me. Thank you for all the creating you've done this year. We can't wait to see all the fabulous things you'll do in 2020. Now, I ask you, how, knowing how much they value me, I know they do because they just said so, how could YouTube delete my channel for any reason or purge me or whatever? I keep hearing these rumors. So at any rate, I just got that just a couple minutes before the show. It came, what time did it come? It came at 5:17 p.m. So less than an hour before I went on. At any rate, nice to know Google. Nice to know Google loves me. So there you are. I'm sure every one of you got exactly the same letter, and Google and YouTube love you too. Let me get back to me. There you go. So that I thought that was nice. And did I see Rick Halber in there? Hey, Rick, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Come on. Hey, Fly Naturals here. Let the Hunger Games begin. Hi, Roosevelt. How you doing? Somebody come in here on my panel so I can start testing out some of the audio stuff that I did to see if it works. Paul says he didn't get that email. Well, they probably got one or two people sitting there personally handwriting these things. So it's probably going to take a while to get around to everybody. And according to what they told me, I'm so important that maybe I was one of the first. They're getting a head start. My letter said you're a bum. Shape up and get off the platform. You guys. Yeah. Anyway, I was beginning to, I was sitting here and I was sitting here saying, thinking about what I'm going to talk about tonight. I was going to talk about whether I had any concern whatsoever about having them consider me not commercially viable or all the other crap they've been talking about. Purging and deleting channels, and then I get this letter. Not that that means anything, because I could get that letter today and they delete my channel tomorrow. All that stuff is just some machine talking somewhere. So I contrary to much you might think, I do understand that. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link actually in the chat so that I can get somebody in here, because I do want some. I was thinking about doing one of these test live streams, where I just went on and say, nothing to see here, folks, just to test, don't watch, which you always get, huge viewership on those things. When you tell people don't watch, they all come. But I'd like somebody to come in here, if you wouldn't mind, and keep me company, and so I can test out a couple of these audio things and see if I've got echoes and all that other nonsense with the way this is set up. So here's the link in the chat, and probably went in the chat a few seconds because of the delay beforehand. And if somebody clicks on that and comes in, be on my panel. Tomas O'Sullivan, how you doing? Good to see you. So until somebody comes in, I guess I have to do this by myself. So what I've been up to is I went flying today, and I don't know if anybody remembers. I was talking about, oh, here comes somebody. Oh, it's the mad Kiwi himself. All right, let me get him in here, and we'll talk about my flying in a few minutes. Craig.
How's it going?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm just driving to Monroe country.
I'm reading the chat here. Mitch, when does the maid come in? The maid? Do I need a maid? Can you hear me okay?
I can. I think I'm a bit delayed.
Okay. Does anybody hear any kind of an echo from Craig's feed? That's one of the things that I was concerned about, is that this mixer might be looping the audio from StreamYards back into StreamYards again, and creating an echo. So Fly Natural says, yes, I do. Yes, I hear an echo. Okay. I was afraid of that. You don't hear an echo on me. You just hear an echo on Craig, or do you hear an echo on both of us? On Kiwi only. Okay. Okay. I was afraid of that. Echo. So let me do this. Let me show you. This is what I'm dealing with. It's a program called Voice Meter Potato, and it routes things in and out and everywhere else. And one of the things that I haven't really figured out is how to get the audio out of Google Chrome, which is where the StreamYards resides, and actually get it back into the stream. So what I probably ought to do is turn off this. Let me think about this a second. I'm afraid if I turn this off, I'm going to lose me too. So let's see. All right. So now I've turned that off, and say something.
What do you want me to say?
That's all. Just talk a little bit. That's all.
I'm not speaking. I can show you some of the countryside.
Okay. Well, we should. I want to see now if people can still hear me, and yet the echo is gone. So let me know if that's the case. I also saw somebody said Happy Bum just popped up in my chat and then went away real quick, and I'm wondering if that's Paul lurking around there. No echo now. Okay. All right. So I understand why there's an echo, and I think I know what I need to do to fix that. I think that the only way I'm going to be able to fix that is to actually maybe use the a different browser at the same time, so that I can just direct the audio from that. Oh, we lost Kiwi. Okay, that was quick. At any rate, I'll figure it out. I was afraid. That that there might have been an echo on any audio coming from StreamYards, because it was being mixed in with the audio that I was creating and then sent back to StreamYards. So I needed to pull that audio feed out of the mix. But in doing that, I also pulled out of the mix any audio that is coming from Chrome. So if I want to play a YouTube video for you guys and have you hear the audio, I can't do that with the current setup. Taking the audio out of something, if StreamYards is in the same feed. So the next thing that I might want to test is playing a video with some sound, and what I need to do here, and I'll show you what I'm doing. I mean, what else I got to do? Nobody's in here except me. Let me go back to this. I'm already over there. Okay. So what I need to do is I need to start up some kind of a video that has some sound in it. So let's go to this last video that I made at my Moss Park thing. And let me play the video here and turn on the sound. And you guys tell me if you can hear the music or hear the sound from this. Oh, okay, Roosevelt. Well, thanks for stopping by. All right, can you hear the sound from the video that's playing? Nope, no sound. Okay. All right. So what I need to do is I need to go into my sound settings here and go to open my sound settings. And I need to go to the application sounds, and from VLC I need to send the output to this. What happened to it? Now I can't hear anything. Oh, wait a minute. I need to send that to here. Okay. So now do you guys hear the music? Is that okay? Music. Okay, good. Hey, Michael Beatty, how you doing, man? I don't know. I remember, but do you know that? Let me turn that down a little bit here. You know, when I did this, this is an aside. When I did this scene in the video with all the people wandering around, I almost played the soundtrack to Pac-Man. Because that's what it reminded me of. Everybody was going in all different directions down there. Okay. All right. So you hear the music. You hear the music now. Everybody says, "Yep, music." Okay. Hear sound. Yes. Thank you. And Michael Bainey. I was just going to mention that. My first live stream which was that was almost a year ago. It's early in the year 2019, February, March, something like that. The first person that actually came in, the first person to come in was this Michael Bainey, and I'll never forget him. And I played a video of his on YouTube on the channel because I thought it'd be kind of cool to show videos of some of my guests. I had no idea what I was doing, and I had no idea at all what I was doing, and got a copyright strike. Well, not so much a strike as because I'm not monetized, but just a letter from YouTube saying that because I played one of his videos and he just used some plain old music behind it, and I didn't realize it, and I hadn't been at it long enough to know that you got to cut the sound when you play other people's videos, and but it was no big deal because YouTube did give me the option of YouTube gave me the option of actually replacing the music that was and nothing else with music from their library, and they actually somehow went in there and took out the copyright music and replaced it with some of the Creative Commons music, and everything was fine, and I had a good laugh about it. But I learned to be very careful about that, and I know that I don't think they delete channels or give you big bad hard times because of that. But I know that if you're monetized and the owner of that music decides that they want that they claim copyright, that if the video ever does make any money, they get the money. And it was interesting because in this YouTube nonsense that's going on right now, the concept of being not commercially viable is puzzling to me. I don't know what that means, not commercially viable. I would say most people on YouTube are not monetized. Well, hey, Gary's here. Let's bring Gary in and further test out the echo or lack thereof, and
now let me
see
turn
how this works.
down here because you were just screaming at me there.
I was screaming at you.
Oh yeah, it's my computer. I have different volume for the computer than I have for YouTube. I was watching you on YouTube and it was fine. And when I came over to stream,
Okay.
it was just like, ah!
Well, wake up.
Oh yeah,
I seem to have to go above my name. They put these names down here so big. Let's try a different layout.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I guess we still have all this empty
When I'm
space,
square,
but
you don't see as much of the junk over here.
oh, we have Peter Carroll in the house. How you doing, Peter?
That's all green screen over there.
Yeah, and Mel 400 AGL. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. You missed the fun, Mel. I'm having fun configuring this tonight. This voice meter potato, a mixer audio rerouter thing, trying to make sure I don't get any echoes or anything. But so far, we've only had one little problem, and I actually understood why and was able to get rid of it. So that I suppose is a plus. It's just more buttons. Now, the interesting thing about this thing is over here is you don't need to keep it open. You can get rid of it and just go down into the icon tray and bring it back if you need it. But it continues to run, and once you set up the routing of the audio from what to where, it remembers it, and then every time you boot up your computer, it automatically loads that thing. So it always runs in the background. So hopefully I'll get it set once and I won't use it for anything except the routing. It uses virtual audio cables and all kinds of strange stuff, but it's incredibly powerful, and it let me do something already that I wasn't able to do with my old setup, and that was to route the audio from a video that I play in like VLC anywhere I want that to go. And I was able to route that directly out to StreamYards without affecting anything else and without running it through my mixer or creating any echoes. So that
It sounds good.
it is. I watched 4 or 5 videos on it, and it's free software.
Yeah.
And they have 3 different versions of it. They have Voice Meter, spelled Meeter. They have Voice Meter Banana and Voice Meter Potato. Now, you'd think that bananas would be much more advantageous to have than potatoes.
Well,
But,
especially with the monkey sitting behind you.
Yes, exactly. Now, but the big kahuna of the deal is the one called Potato, Voice Meter Potato, and this is it here. And when I finally really feel that I understand it, I'll probably do a video on it and try to make it real simple, and only the stuff that I needed to learn to actually make it work in this particular type of environment. Trev is here. Hey, Trev, how you doing? Magic lives. It says.
Lives or lives?
No, it says, yeah, I think it says lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one says lives. I think he had another one live, but I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. You live.
So the basic concept, are you interested in this at all? If you are, I'll kind of give you a little basic idea of how this works.
Yeah, I don't mind Mitch, but my thing is, if it's not already on my computer, I don't know how to work it.
Then okay, you know what I might do rather than bore everybody with
I have
this
no
tonight?
mic, I have no camera, I've got nothing. I have no headphones. I got headphones. Yeah,
Well, suffice it to say that there isn't much that this thing won't do. I can also screw with. I mean, it has all the reverbs and funny sound effects. I haven't fooled with them, but I can change right up here in the corner. There's a little red square, and if I move that square over here, it makes my voice sound bassier.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if I move it up here, it makes me sound tinnier. And you can move it around to an area where you like the way it sounds, and that's
Sounds good,
just it does. Whoops, that's strange up there. You can make yourself sound like an old 1920s movie, It's got more buttons and things on it. It's incredible. But the incredible thing is it's free, and there are a lot of videos on how to use it out there, and most of the guys start their videos by saying, I wish I had this video when I got started with this thing. I watched 10 YouTube videos and couldn't figure out how to do it. But now I'm the guy that's going to make it simple for you. And then they proceed to confuse the hell out of you after a statement like that. So if I do a video on this thing, I'm not going to make any kind of statements like that. It's not all that hard to understand, but it is all about routing.
Okay.
In other words, you take a particular program like this VLC media player,
Yep.
and you go in and you say, I want the output of the sound output from that program to go into a certain point in this panel. And once you get it into this panel, you can then route it virtually anywhere you want, either directly or through what they call virtual audio cables. And it isn't. It's there's a lot to learn, and I just got this less than a week ago.
Am I on a separate channel? You can turn me off and on, and
Well, I can no. You're basically coming in on the Google Chrome audio feed because see that's what happens. And the reason that I got the echo was that I had to add my stuff, my stuff that comes from my mixer, my sound effects, my music, all that's external to the computer.
Okay.
All that stuff happens before it goes anywhere near the computer. So, but I have to combine that in with anything coming from the computer apps, the desktop,
Yeah.
going back into Google
Now,
Chrome.
do you hear yourself in your headphones?
Yeah, but I'm listening to myself in my headphones directly from my mixer before the computer does anything.
Okay.
Now,
'Cause
if I go in here to this program, see my mouse,
yeah.
my headphones are on hardware output A2, and that's up here, and it says headphones H6. Okay, so you can assign any of these different hardware ports, A1 through A5, to any device on your computer. So if I click A2 here, it sends, and this is my microphone input, my mixer input right here on the side. If I were to click A2, it sends my voice back. Oh, I can't do that, into my headphones after it's gone through all the processing with a delay.
Oh.
Now you didn't hear the delay, but I heard the delay through my headphones. So you're doing what they call, I think, in audio terms, a mix minus. In other words, you're sending everything into your headphones except what you don't what you don't want to hear back,
Right.
which is your own voice with a delay on it, and there's always going to be a delay when you're dealing in digital audio. Just which is why we get so many echoes from these streams. But I figured out by using this and by using a different browser like Microsoft Edge instead of Google Chrome to run the StreamYards in, then I can separate the StreamYards from everything else, see,
Yeah.
and not have the output of StreamYards being fed back in again and creating an echo from the guests. So that's one of the things I did want to find out tonight. Hey, Jim, Above and Beyond Drones, how you doing?
There he is.
Evening boys. I like it. I like to be called a boy. I was down in your neck of the woods today, Jim. Went down to the park there and flew a little bit. And you don't ever answer your phone, young man. I tried to call you a couple times in the past week or so and ask you to meet me there. So
He changed his number.
People wonder why I got a complex. People wonder why. Oh man, have I missed anybody in the chat? Place it here. How you doing, my friend? Thanks for coming
Actually, if
in.
you want to meet up with Jim, you have to get off the exit to nowhere.
Yeah, they're working. That thing is like on the news down here every a couple times a week. They keep talking about that. They're actually evidently got a big push.
Well, it was finished
Phone
on.
does not work in the house. Oh, that's why I can't reach. That's why I can't reach. Can you get a text in the house, Jim? Anyway, the weather's been gorgeous. I'm going back out there tomorrow sometime.
Don't
So,
talk about the weather. Jeez.
80, oh God! Well, we froze our ass off. It went down into the 40s here at night.
Ugh.
I had to turn my heat on.
I got heat on
Can
both sides.
you imagine? Can you imagine? It only went up to 71 degrees today.
Oh.
I mean, Jesus, what are we supposed to? What are we supposed to put up with?
We hit +2. Two cells. We've had ice storms. We've had snow every day. It melts during the day. It's insane. It's crazy. I don't know what I'd do if I didn't have 2 4-wheel drive vehicles.
Oh wow! No, and this week it's just going to be exquisite all week long. I mean, just absolutely Chamber of Commerce weather. I understand that Mikey Philly Drone Life was down at Disney World.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And I mean, the guy, no wonder I have a complex. The guy comes to my backyard,
And
right?
go.
And doesn't call me and say, "Hey, Mitch, I'm 45 minutes away. Let's meet up for a cup of coffee." No, I don't know. I don't know.
I haven't been
So,
down because I'm afraid of these 5-year bans they're handing out to Canadians.
I hadn't
Apparently,
heard about that. I hadn't heard about that.
if you say the wrong thing at the border, they just say go back and you can't come back for 5 years.
Well, what kind of wrong thing could you possibly say?
If you I don't know, trip up on your words, or I don't know. If we had one guy, he had a work permit to work at the University of Idaho or something, and he went down and he said he was a fitness trainer, and he was going to be training their track team or their gymnastics people or something. And they looked at their list and said, not an approved application, 5 years, can't come back.
What the hell is wrong with that? I never heard anything like that. It's like
We're hearing,
it's like the soup Nazi. No soup for you.
oh, I went down, this was years ago. I'm going down to go shopping at the Galleria in Buffalo. And the guy at the border says, where are you going? He said, we're going shopping at the Galleria. I said, where are you from? I said, from Brantford. Came all the way from Brantford to go shopping? I said, yeah, there's some good deals across the border. He said, have you ever been arrested? I said, no.
Which decade?
He said, what were you arrested for? I said, I was never arrested. Have you ever done jail time? Well, I've never been arrested. Why would I go to jail?
Right.
Oh, he said, you're giving me a hard time.
Oh, God.
Right? I said,
I said, yes, I did 20 for murder, and I'm getting pissed now.
you know,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, for murdering a border agent,
they finally let me go, right? And the worst of it was my wife at the time was working for Canada Customs, and coming back across the border, she had receipts for every piece of gum she bought.
Oh, really?
She had it all right down. She was prepared for a customs audit. She knew exactly what to have.
Didn't
But
Americans used to go up there for their medications?
Yeah.
Meds?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So. Anyway, hi, Jim. How are you?
Man, could Mikey have picked the worst time to ever come to Florida?
It was cold.
It's freezing down here.
Yeah, I know. But to those guys, it was tropical. I mean,
I guess.
man, was it nice today? Oh, wasn't it gorgeous today?
I got a new box in the mail today, and it's pretty big. So I don't know. I don't know if I can show it to you.
You haven't? Have you opened it?
No.
Who's it from?
Chasing Innovations.
How can you get a box and not open it?
Have you seen this garage, Mitch?
Man,
I got to throw out the motorcycle and the lawnmower just to put drones in here.
you got a box from something called Chasing Innovations and you didn't open it. What is it?
It's an underwater drone. Another one.
Another one. Oh, man.
Because I got baby. The one they originally sent me is this baby thing. It's called the Dory.
Yeah, we talked about that. Are they sending you this stuff for free?
Of course. Look at the size of that. That's an iPad. That's the Dory.
Who do you have to know to get stuff like that for free?
I don't know. I didn't know anybody. Snaptain sent me an email. They want to know if I want to test out their drones.
I'll be darned.
Wow.
They send an email. I say, yeah, okay. You want to send it to me? I'll test it out.
Oh, yeah. Hell yes. All I get is offers to test out lipstick and other strange Chinese stuff. But
you should contact DJI because you're making your own drone and putting their equipment on it. So that's a totally neutral test.
Oh, you mean the FPV stuff?
Yeah.
Well, everybody who gets the FPV system is basically doing that. They're starting to sell some pre-built ones now.
There's a lot of companies. I don't know if you've realized, but Palm Bay has turned into a suburb from Melbourne because you've got Northrop Grumman moved from Long Island down to Melbourne. You've got Harris was bought out by L3, so it's L3 Harris now, and they're all making their own drones.
Hey, Chris Hope is here. How you doing?
Hi, Chris.
Hey, big guy.
Yeah, thanks for coming in, my man.
Where's Bang?
Speaking of drones, guys,
There you go. Now, what is that? A 5-inch?
this is a 7-inch. This is what I wanted to talk about tonight. There, let me make me a little bigger.
Who are
this
you
is
using? Who are you using on top there for a?
well. See, what I was going to talk about is this is that $129 deal from Banggood. Look at Gary with his Ken Heron eyes.
Yeah.
Those aren't mine. Those are Paul Hodges.
Oh, okay. At any rate, this is that $129 Tyro 129 7-inch quad. Remember, I did the build video on this,
Yeah.
and I talked a week or two ago about how it comes with for a cheap ass kit. It comes with a flight controller that has virtually everything that a lot of the flight controllers that cost 3 times as much don't have.
Like the cube
Has
and all that.
has a barometer. It has, I'm talking about the drone flight controllers. So I had already built one of these, and when I bought it, I bought 2. They were so cheap, I figured I'd just buy another one for spare parts, But I never needed the spare parts. So I took the second kit and I built it for iNav,
Right.
okay, instead of Betaflight. And iNav does a lot of the stuff that the DJI drones do.
Are you familiar with the cube flight controller system?
No, not really. Not really, but that's expensive. That's that's the Pixhawk. That's and the Cube is the genuine Pixhawk, right? There's a lot of clones of the Pixhawk 4, from what I understand.
Yeah, and they came out with a new one that has the ADS-B and all that nonsense.
But this thing here, think about this: $129 drone. iNav is free. It's open source software. I bought a $18 combination GPS compass. This has
That's
got a
what I
compass
wanted
in it too.
Yeah, which one is that?
$18 and a $6 carbon fiber and aluminum post for it. And I suppose I could make a cover, but it's not necessary. And a receiver, an $18 receiver. So for $130 and maybe another $30 worth of parts, I got a drone that is not really designed or would make a great photography platform. But for just some FPV type flying is fine, But the cool thing about it is I can put it into position hold, altitude hold. I can say return to home and land. And it does the DJI dance.
Can I ask you one question?
I'm going to think about this. $150 and I got an FPV drone that I can do acro with, fly around, do loops and rolls and have all kinds of fun, and then flick one switch and the thing just straightens itself out, climbs the altitude, turns around, flies home, turns around the other way and lands and shuts itself off.
Wow.
How cool is that? Don't you think that's cool?
That's everything.
Yeah. What was your consideration with going with the 3-prop instead of the 2-prop? Can you explain that to me?
Well, it's the 3-bladed props give you the same. Will give you the same effective lift with a smaller diameter because there's 3 blades instead of 2.
Okay, it's not
if you put 2-bladed prop on here, you'd have to have a lot more. You'd need more bite. You'd need a higher pitch angle on the blades. Yeah. So most drones use, very few of these 5-inch and 7-inch or even 3-inch drones use 2-bladed props. Most of them are using 3-bladed props. They're more efficient, and they don't have to. In other words, this would give me probably the same effective lift as an 8 or 8.5-inch 2-bladed prop.
See, I was wondering if they were better for acro than say a 2-bladed prop.
I don't know. I'm not that good of a acro. Hey, there's Chris. Chris Hope, how you doing? Hate to leave people sitting in the green room and marinating.
Gary, Jim, how tough, guys?
He's down
Is
there.
it cold by you too, Chris?
No, it's about 74 today. It's pretty nice. We've had 2 winters and almost 2 springs in the last 4 weeks.
As we used to say, if you don't like the weather, wait a minute. You know,
That's exactly right.
yeah, especially in Florida with the afternoon thunderstorms. And the first time I heard that expression, I was in the Army up in Massachusetts in the wintertime. And one day it'd be nice, next day you'd be under 4 feet of snow. So it was.
Only
I think-
one time in my life did I actually, we had a bad rainstorm, Mitch. I don't know if you've ever seen these guys, and I only saw them once. They were actually walking fish going across my driveway. Apparently, there's some kind of catfish that can manipulate their fin. I thought nobody in New York is going to believe me. I'm trying there with a rubber can to catch them. I didn't.
Fishing in the driveway.
Yeah, because we have a canal system here. We don't have sewer systems like everybody else.
I love this.
Easier to
Whiz
catch
bang.
and clean.
You read Kenny's post there. He says, I had a whoop that would fly like mad, flip of the switch, and it goes right in the lake. That's funny.
Have you ever seen any
That's
of these
funny.
forums with the Mavic Minis now? They're people are losing them all over the place.
I haven't, you know what? I'm not interested in them.
No.
Not that there's anything wrong with them. They don't hold any interest for me.
I can't see any reason to downgrade.
No.
No, I took my, we went to that picnic, our Thanksgiving dinner in the woods at Moss Park.
Yeah.
And I took my Zoom over there, and I didn't want to get in everybody's way with it or bother everybody. But I said, hell, it was a pretty day, it's a gorgeous day on Thanksgiving. And I just put it up. I don't know if any of you saw that video I posted,
I did.
but that was my effort to try to make something artistic out of a nothing video. It was I went up with the thing not to even make a video, just to fly around and see what stuff looked like. And then
We don't have beautiful scenery around here, guys.
no,
Are you kidding me? You got
Man,
the
you're in Florida, dude. You got it all.
It's a flat
it's
land.
flat. We don't have any mountains or valleys or waterfalls.
Nothing
None of that
interesting.
stuff. Nothing. We got scrub in most and beach. The beach is pretty.
beaches and palm trees and oh yeah, you got it all.
You come to the beaches here, they're empty compared to up north, where millions of people go to the beach in the summertime. Nobody goes to the beach here.
Really?
That's
We
their
have
fault.
beaches here that are absolutely deserted. Most of it. You Satellite Beach, all those beaches along A1A there. Now, if you go to the big cities, if you go to Cocoa Beach or you go to Daytona Beach or those areas, you're gonna where the tourists are.
Yeah.
But guys, Ed is here from St. Augustine at Love My Drones. How you doing, Ed? Brent Nunley is in the house. Jody Drone Shots is here.
Chris is loving his Mavic
Good,
Mini.
good.
You bet I love my mini. That's
Yeah.
that's handy shirts in the pocket.
There's nothing wrong with it. And if I didn't already have 2 Mavic 2s, I would probably buy one.
Portability is its only
Yeah.
advantage.
Only
But to
thing
do
I,
the kind of
only thing that helped is I've only had a Phantom 4, so I didn't have any of this other stuff to go off of.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
me, getting this little drone was a no-brainer. If I'd had the one that y'all got, the Pro 2 and stuff, I wouldn't have bought it.
Has anybody, speaking
with
of
you.
getting new drones, has anybody gotten their letter from Skydio yet saying their drone is ready?
I see them posted on Twitter, but I don't see nobody putting a video out yet.
Yeah,
Well,
I've
no,
seen
I
him
mean, has
posted.
anybody are people getting their letters?
Yeah,
They're
I've seen
starting
him
to
on
get-
Facebook that people said, "I got my letter today."
Well, did they get their letter, or did they get the letter saying that they're starting to send the letters?
Well, wait a minute. Let's ask.
There's
Rick
a letter for a
Halber.
letter.
Rick Halber is in the chat, and he ordered it as soon as it went up.
Right,
for
Rick.
sale.
Did you get your letter and pay for it yet? Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah,
Because I got this letter here. I'll show you what I got here. Let me get bigger. I got this letter here that says the first Skydio 2s are now shipping. And all of these letters I get from them end up in my junk mailbox. So I'm afraid that I may have maybe missed my letter, you know.
You having to go
So
look for it.
today I send them this I sent them this, and I sent it to their orders at skydio.com. It says, for some reason your emails go to my junk folder. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss any notification email that my drone is ready to ship. Let me know. Thanks. They sent me back a letter, immediately answered. Thanks for contacting Skydio. Your message has been received and is being reviewed by our support team. We'll get back to you soon. Now, I know that's an automated response, but then a little later, almost immediately later, I get this letter. Hi, Mitch. Thank you for reaching out to us. We're currently backed up due to an extremely high volume of contacts regarding the launch of Skydio 2. We're thrilled you contacted us, and we'll get back to you as quickly as we can. Please allow 24 to 48 hours for a response.
I tell you what, they got overwhelmed. Don't be honest with you.
Yeah.
You think, and I'm beginning to wonder if they're going to be able to cash the check that their mouth has.
Well, look at that operation. It doesn't look too big in that video you're showing.
No, that's what they sent. Is this
That's
video?
a small
here
little
that,
warehouse, that's for sure. That looks like a storage facility.
Yeah, and
That old boy riding that bicycle that had it following him around there, showing it off. They owe him quite a bit.
it looks tremendous, and I just want to make sure I didn't miss the letter. You know that it didn't end up in my junk. Now these letters that I got today did not end up in my junk mail, so hopefully, maybe.
Do you have to
Microsoft
right
Outlook-
click and whitelist them, Mitch?
What I do is if it ends up in my junk box, I click on it and say not junk.
Right.
And eventually it figures out that it whitelists it, I guess, all by itself. At any rate, I
Or,
look at my junk.
you save their address in your contacts, and then they'll always,
Yeah, that it's hard to tell what works sometimes and what doesn't. But at any rate,
They made this one available worldwide, so it's going to be a while.
yeah. At any rate, it's supposed to be the end of November, which is a week ago, and I haven't heard anything yet. And I'm not. I guess Rick Halber's here anymore because I haven't seen him in a while. But
somebody
I haven't.
When did you order, Mitch?
The first day.
The first
Okay.
day.
But yeah, but later in the day, I actually took 3 or 4 hours to give it some serious consideration.
somebody on Canadian Drone Hunt this morning said they got an email from Skydio to send the money and finalize the order, and they did that.
Okay, well then they are, but I know that I'm probably nowhere near the top of the list because a lot of Rick Halber's order number was a couple hundred ahead of mine.
Yeah.
So at any rate, I wrote him saying, did I miss something? So we'll see, because they say they give you 10 days to pay for it.
Yeah, Kenny said he got the same email you did.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think I missed it because
I heard guys had dates of April already.
right, but they weren't in the first batch. I'm in. We're in the first batch. If your order number began with began with a 6, you were in the first batch. So we'll see. At any
They
rate, I'll
weren't ready
probably
for this.
I'll get the thing. I'll fly it a couple times, and it'll probably sit there after the
Well, we
sparkle
know the
wears off of it.
R1 was a test drone. And I'm telling you right now, this thing with its computer software with the NVIDIA Jetson TX2 on it, it also is a test drone because they're going to come out with one that has a camera on it that we're going to jump over each other to buy.
Yeah, well, are we really taking that many pictures? I have to wonder about that.
Yeah.
It's the. I'm impressed by the thing, and I'll tell you what. I doubt I'm going to use it much with the beacon, but I am impressed with the way you can fly that thing with a controller.
Yeah.
Through trees and along. I mean, the way that it just keeps going, it's like A-Pass on steroids.
Did you see that one video of the guy riding his bicycle through the trees?
Yeah.
He had a pretty rough experience there with it stopping at each tree and all that.
That was an early on video of a prototype. I think with a prototype unit, they've been sending out a lot of software tweaks, from what I understand, to these people that already have them.
Is that right?
A lot of firmware upgrades. Speaking of firmware upgrades, DJI just came through on the FPV system with a new firmware upgrade,
and the Mini too.
But the firmware upgrade for the FPV actually solved two of the biggest problems. Number one, it now displays the OSD information from Betaflight that you didn't before. So you can have all that info, or most of it anyway. And it allows you, if you have a analog receiver plugged in, it'll let you record the DVR, the video, from the analog input, which it didn't before too. So they are working on it. They are making some efforts.
Mr. Carlson has just joined us. Artco Drone Solutions is in the chat.
Oh, he's not only in the chat, but he's down there underneath. He's down there in the.
Did you do your update, Chris?
Yeah, that's
There
what
he
I
is.
did when I got on with y'all, Jim. I just done it.
I guess I have to bring him in, don't I?
I guess so.
Oh, I can jump out.
No, I'm joking.
Hold on.
I always tell people, when I stop busting on you, it means I don't like you anymore. When I stop busting on you. There he is.
Oh, you got room.
Down there, Jim.
I got room for one. I got room for one more.
Yep.
Yeah, we're a kind of like the waiting room for the Ken Herron show.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's right. Mhm.
Hi, Art. How
Hey,
you doing, buddy?
Rich. Thanks for having me. Hello,
Oh, anytime.
Fred,
You know that.
Jim, Gary, everyone else in the chat.
How you doing today, Art?
I'm doing good.
Good deal, man. Did you get over your broke rib?
Yeah, I'm really good. It's just once in a while, it's kind of you feel it, but
Right.
it's gonna take a while for that.
Just don't sneeze or cough.
Yeah.
Oh man, I broke a rib when I was younger. Breathing was an exercise in pain.
Yep.
Yeah, it teaches you how.
It's
Shoo.
been a couple weeks since it happened, and boy, watching the Ken Herron show last week, I'm like, oh, come on, stop it! You're killing me! You're killing me!
How'd you break it, Art?
I was getting the mail at my apartment. There's a big mailbox there, and
Yeah.
got out of my car, walked around the front, and there's a curb you gotta step up, and my left foot, the toe, just stubbed the top of the edge, and I just went over and landed on my left hand, and I could just feel something. I'm like, oh, that hurts. And moving around, I was like, okay. But yeah, if it was a break, I would have gone to the hospital. But
Well, how's it feel now? You feeling better?
a lot better. Hmm.
Well, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Hey, I saw the video of you chasing the cat finally with
Yeah.
the cat. The cat seems like a fearless cat.
Yeah.
I think the cat was more curious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
only
than
time
scared of the thing.
That cat moved was when I brought the tello over, and when I finally started it up and those props started going, he just like jumped and took off.
That thing really is made for what would you call it, STEM or whatever? Because,
Yeah, STEM. Yeah, it's more of a indoor
yeah.
thing, and here I am. I'm testing it outside on the ice and snow.
I would have.
man.
I would have too.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to fall on your ass out there on that ice.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I actually held my breath at times during that video.
Yes, I thought the same thing. I said, man, he's got a broke rib already. You don't need a broke ankle.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
You had
boy.
no business being in that parking lot full of ice like that.
Hey, YouTube videos. There's, speaking of YouTube videos, guys. I want to make this announcement before I forget.
Okay.
Monday night is my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hey,
I'll be one. I'll be one.
One year on YouTube.
1
Oh,
year
1
on
year.
YouTube.
Oh,
1 year.
okay.
Oh,
One year on YouTube. So the old guy turns one on December the 9th.
Oh,
And I know that that's a big day in politics here because that's the day that Inspector General's report's supposed to come out. But I'm sure my birthday will completely overshadow
Yeah.
that on every news outlet in the world.
Yeah.
So
especially Fox.
yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna do a live stream, a birthday live stream on Monday night, and I decided that I was going to do it after Lloyd
Oh,
at
okay.
9 o'clock Eastern.
Okay.
And Lloyd has said that he'll do afterwards. Everybody from his stream will just come over, and I'm hoping get a big crowd, have a nice panel. I'll show off, play some of my old videos that how I got started, talk about
There you
stuff.
go.
Just have a little first year. Hopefully
Review.
not the last year, the way things are going, but so
Well,
that'll be
you got
Monday.
that glowing review from YouTube.
I know.
Oh.
You guys? A lot of you guys weren't here.
Yeah, I
earlier,
got
but-
one.
Oh
you
shit!
thought
I thought I was I thought I was special.
What is it, Mitch?
What is it? It's this, and I'm surprised that you didn't get one, Jim. Hold on, I'll get to it.
I'd have to check my mail.
Yeah.
Here.
Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
it says
Year in
old
review,
guy
yeah.
in a drone. Your 2019 year in review. You uploaded 109 videos, gained 847 subscribers, and goes without saying, you rule, man. I
Oh
rule.
God.
Thanks for making this year one for the books.
Yep.
Look at that. Look at those watch hours, Art.
Oh, boy.
Excuse me a second while I
I got a different email. Mine says you're a bum. Shape up or get out. Right?
Oh, it came out today. Oh, I see it.
And I got it. 4436 it tells, and then it says that they can't wait to see all the good things I do next year, so they're not going to get rid of me. Why would they get rid of me after they sent me an email like that?
I love that how you get 29,000 views and none of them subscribe. I love that with when I put out those videos, I'll get 1,000 people watching. None of them subscribe. They're all coming from Facebook or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I got something like that, but my watch hours is something like 1.2. But if you look at the lifetime, I'm close to 1.5.
Well, you need that. You need the 4,000 every year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm getting the watch time, and I think it's those 6-hour build videos.
Yeah.
Right?
What if you get?
I don't get a lot of people watching, but it averages out. And I was surprised that it was that much. That was
Mine says
11
only 879 watch hours.
Really.
I got a long way to go to beat you boys.
Yeah.
I'll catch up to you.
Well,
boys.
you need the 4,000 to become a partner. So I got
Right.
the watch hours. I'm at 914 subs. So I need to pick up like 85 subs, and I'll have the numbers. So
And then you'll be a rich millionaire.
then I according to the software out there, I'll with those numbers and my volume, I can look forward to an income of at least $1.86 a month. So it's going to be incredible. I mean, I've already got the new yacht picked out.
It's going to be rough doing your income taxes.
Yeah, $1.86, all the way up to maybe $3 and something.
I think Jim and I are probably in about the same boat. We put out
Yeah.
videos that are 2 or 3 minutes, and it's kind of hard to crank
Yeah.
out 1,000 watch hours on a 3-minute video, right?
Oh,
Gotta
you know
do
what?
the live streams.
You put out a
Un- un-
3-minute video, and you're lucky if they watch a minute of it. It's incredible.
Yeah, and if you get a couple hundred views, you get 2 watch hours out of it.
Yeah.
That's why you got to do these live streams. You know, you get some people stay in for most of the live stream. If it's a 2-hour live stream, and if you got 10 to 20 visitors average, I usually end up with 30 to 40 watch hours from one of these Thursday night live streams.
Right.
We've got 15 watching now and 12 likes.
Right, and you know,
Come on, you guys. Let's see the like. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
I don't care about the likes, and I don't know if that matters.
You got so many likes. You got the nice letter from YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad somebody
I guess they
likes
sent
me.
it out to everyone because I
Yeah.
got it too. And
There we go. Now we got
Of course,
likes.
I'm lower
of course they send it out. They send it out to everybody.
Well, you would figure maybe they might do it for the guys who are at 1,000, you know, or
No,
close.
I'm not
You're
at
close.
I'm not at 1,000 yet, and
I am.
You know, I'd like to hit that mark. Not that it's going to really mean anything to me, but
Well,
and,
look, you could
I'd
start.
almost be.
You could start buying those subscribers like everybody else does.
I don't want to do that. You know, I mean, and not only that, but I would be actually. I know this sounds silly, but I would be embarrassed if somebody sent me a super chat. I would be embarrassed. I would take it, but I would be embarrassed. You know.
Well, you know, I tried the Teespring thing, right? And I came up
Yeah.
with Brant Ariel's mug. You know how many I sold?
None.
2.
Oh, you got to?
Yeah, I at 50 cents profit each.
Right.
I've made $1.
Wow.
It's the total revenue my channel is.
That's the thing. You look at those shirts, and I actually made an account. The lowest price, if I made $1 on a shirt, would be I think $20.99 for a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to pay $20.99 for a T-shirt. Do you?
No.
Not me.
But I sold a mug for $8.
I sold one T-shirt.
$8.50 for a mug, right?
Mhm.
But it costs $20 to ship it to Canada.
Oh, Christ.
I think they're great promotional things if you want to spend the money and give away things to your friends, like Rodney Bell does. You know,
Yeah.
Rodney sends everybody shirts and coffee cups and things, and you know, for gestures like that. I don't know if people are actually selling a lot of stuff like
Did
that.
you
Oh, here's Rick Halber is here again. Hey, Rick, we were asking if you got your word from Skydio yet to send them money.
Yeah, I
And you
reckon
weren't here.
I even texted you on Messenger, Facebook Messenger, the same question.
Yeah, we're curious because I haven't got mine yet. I thought maybe it went into my junk mailbox. Maybe.
And Mitch ordered the same day, but perhaps later than you did.
Yeah, I did. He's ahead of me by 100 or 2. I think we decided.
Oh, look at that. It was Rick Halber who bought your T-shirt, Art.
Yeah. Yeah.
I tell you, Rick is
Oh,
a
man.
hell of a guy.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
see what Bob Casey said about me?
I
Art
did.
is bribing his subs now with chocolates. Oh,
Chocolates.
yeah, I heard
Oh,
about
yeah.
that.
Did you like my comment on your chocolate video?
Yes, I saw that. Not that you would win, but
I said, yeah, I know. I said, I don't want your silly chocolate, Art.
yeah.
I said, but I suppose if I had to, you know, and then I went through the whole string, and at the end I said, okay, I want your chocolate. You know,
This is really good stuff.
yeah, we all need that.
Mel was saying to you that instead of the chocolates, he'll take the RoboMaster or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do with that RoboMaster if I had it.
I don't think I think it's one of those things, and that you would use it a couple times and the novelty would wear off, like even like so many of these things that we buy, and then it would just sit there.
Well,
you
I
don't
can't
see a
even
lot of
get my
videos.
granddaughter interested in the Tello, for God's sakes.
Mhm.
She was afraid of breaking the Phantom 4, so I thought, okay, let me go smaller. You know what I mean? You try and get the kids into STEM because, look, I'm 60. This stuff is for you, not for me.
Mm-hmm.
With all the autonomous cars coming out already, it's their generation.
Yep.
Yet I can't get her interested in it.
Well, that's
Maybe
Okay, sorry.
it's not a girl. Maybe it's just not a girl thing for her. Maybe it
yeah.
has to do with.
Well, you look at the number of women that go to Ken's show. I mean, it's not very many.
No, and look, it's the same in anything mechanical like this. There's
Yeah.
always going to be a few women get involved. There's a couple of girl FPV pilots that are part of the Rotor Riot crew that are tremendous.
Yes.
Fabulous. But by and large, it's a guy thing.
Got
Scouse Adventures. Hey, how you
Hey,
doing?
Scouts. Yeah.
I
to
just
see
thought
ya.
she was adventurous and all that. But she puts it up. She sees the pictures and then says, "Okay, now what? Now what does it do?" And I don't have an answer, Mitch.
No, look, even my grandkids could care less about this stuff.
Right.
My son, who's an RC, flew RC all his life, he's lost interest in it, and
Wow.
he got a drone. He got my original Mavic Pro, and it never touches it. It just sits there.
I don't get it.
I-
As a kid, I sat there and built Estes rockets one after another.
Yeah.
Even though they crashed, all they did was crash. They go up,
Yeah.
and come down, and crash.
That's what
You're
that's their
supposed to
job.
put a parachute on them, Jim.
If one of them kept going, imagine what you'd be.
Yeah.
Look,
Putting a
Ma,
parachute on it was a big thing. Remember when
Yeah.
that stuff came out, man?
yeah.
Mhm.
Did you see the launch today? That one kept going.
Yeah. More
I don't even.
satellite.
I don't even watch them anymore, but I do hear them about 5 minutes after they
Yeah.
go
They
off. You
shake
hear
the
rumble.
windows here too.
So I look outside and you see the
Contrail.
curvy smoke trail. Yeah,
Yeah.
that gets looks
You
like
wanna bet-
an intestine. Looks like somebody's intestine when
Didn't you,
it,
didn't you
when
go
it
up
gets
about
up
noon
there.
today, Mitch?
Yeah.
What's that?
Didn't you go up about noon today?
Yeah, right about 12:30 somewhere. In
Yeah, 12:30.
Eastern time. Yeah,
I watched it live on YouTube.
yeah. I missed it. I missed it.
Now the night launches, those are something to see.
Oh, they're I saw a night. I went in person for a night shuttle launch. It was the most spectacular thing I'd ever seen.
Right.
I did too. That was back in '89, wasn't it? The
That was
last
a long time. Yeah, I don't remember what year. It was a long time ago, but
Now, if you want to see the launch, you got to go to Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
well, we get a lot of. We get all the SpaceX stuff. They actually are always launching something over here.
Oh, yeah.
SpaceX has an aggressive launch schedule for the next years because they're putting up the satellites for the new GPS GNS system.
How many damn satellites?
There's
how many pieces?
34, but only
How
21
many- no,
in operation at any one time. But
But I mean, the total of things up there orbiting this planet is in
Oh,
the tens
yeah.
of thousands now, and
Oh.
not count, and they're keeping track of every piece of it.
Yep.
space
The
junk.
space station,
Yeah.
space station's going this way, and a little screw comes this way, at closing at 35,000 miles an hour.
Yep.
It's not.
Yep.
It's not good. I makes I-95 look pretty calm.
Tough to get out of the way. Yeah.
Have you seen the movie Gravity?
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
incredible.
That was
That was a
pretty
good movie.
Interesting. Yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
No, I
Was that the one with Sandra Bullock?
Yes.
yeah,
Mhm.
Okay, I did see it then.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
The
Sandra
special
Bullock.
effects were
And Sandra Bullock.
tremendous.
Yep.
And Sandra Bullock.
Hmm.
Oh,
What did
Tom,
I say, Chris?
Thomas O'Sullivan joined us. He's in the hospital.
You said Sandra Bullock. I just did it several times because that's all I remember.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, and then there's the Netflix guy. Oh God. God, his aunt's famous for.
Whoops!
Come
I
on,
just said
Mama.
hello to the wrong guy here.
Tomas.
Paul, Drone Bum, how you doing? I've
Hey,
we'll have to type it in, and Drone Shots came up. So
Is
What's up,
Paul
Dad?
here? Oh, yeah, that's Paul.
yeah, he just came in. Yeah, Paul is here. He says he's watching me on TV. We're on the big screen now. How about
right.
that?
Wave at Dad.
So
Come on, Mitch. There you
I'm wondering. There it is. Is that better?
George Clooney is the
go. Yeah.
other.
Well,
George Clooney.
That's good. Hides my junk that's over there.
Yeah.
But if I do this, then I can
Well,
put
there's
up,
junk.
you can highlight those chats. And
Oh, okay.
on Art's was it Art's show the day he had my chat up there almost the whole show. Remember? I mean the whole show. The entire show. I had my face in the lower left hand corner there.
there's no reminder or anything that you have that on? Or-
No, you can see it when you look at the monitor, but then you have to actually turn it off. So you have
Yeah.
to find
Mhm.
you have to find the message again, and then what happens is the message scrolls up out of the way, and then you can't find it to turn it off. But you can replace it
Yeah.
with another message.
Another one,
You can
and then
keep
turn it.
replacing it with messages, and
So
then
you get to
turn
the
off the
bottom?
last one.
Yep,
Yeah,
Yeah.
turn
That's
off
how
the
I
last one.
learned how to do it. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I kept saying to myself, turn it off already, Art. It said hi guy. It said hi guys.
For 20 minutes.
Well,
For almost an hour.
Oh,
It
gee.
was
it wasn't that long. It was. It's
let's
just-
check the replay. Let's go under the hood.
There we go.
Hey guys, I'm gonna cut loose. Let y'all go. Go get some supper.
Oh,
All right. good
Well,
to
thanks
see
for
you,
stopping
Chris.
in.
Oh,
Chris,
yeah.
Good to see you.
Good to see you,
flying,
Dad.
Good to see you.
keep flying that Mavic
Another show.
Oh yeah.
Mini and posting some video for us.
Yeah, I need to post more. So anyway,
I
thanks,
need
guys.
to see you later.
Hey, are you going to try it over the lake for a morning sunrise?
If I can get DU recorded to work for free, I will.
Yeah.
If
I know.
If I have to pay for it, the answer is no. I won't. Probably won't.
Yeah.
That's the thing with my Crystal Sky and those smart controllers. They made it so you can't live stream. What a
Yeah.
pain in the ass.
And you
Yeah.
pay extra for that too.
For the pain, right?
You know what? So you have to use your phone in those cases if you're going to be live streaming.
Right.
I guess.
Mitch, if I could see my phone, this thing is ridiculous. I can't see that. I'm not flying anything with this.
Really?
I need a big screen. Are you kidding? With these eyes? I need the
Dr.
iPad.
Drone is here. Hello, Dr. Drone.
I fly with an iPad Mini now.
Yeah, that's what I use, Gary.
Yeah.
The problem with that Mini, the Mini 4 is getting to be ancient technology anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the punch, the processor that some of this new stuff has. And
Still
yet
works.
they keep writing software that needs more and more and more power. And
You know, that Go 4 app is huge. It's almost 4 gigabytes.
well, it covers everything. I mean, it's got so many different possible ways to go. Bye, Chris. We'll let you
See
go.
y'all. Take care.
All
All
right,
right,
buddy.
buddy. Take care.
Yeah, I got to
It's
get.
like this is like the Roach Motel. You can check in, but you can't check out.
I got to get to dinner as well. So,
Oh, okay.
man.
All right. Well,
yeah,
thanks for stopping in, Gary. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
and bye,
Gary.
as they say. Yeah, you guys have a great night, and we'll probably see you over at Ken's later after I eat.
Okay.
All right, Gary. See you later.
Okay.
right. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I take care. See you next time.
Phantom Hodges
There
says
we
he uses the iPad 9.7 inch.
That's a great tablet for Go 4 because it's got a much faster processor than the Mini, and it's a bigger screen.
The reason I went with the iPad Mini versus I also had bought the NVIDIA K1 Shield, but you don't get the same information that you do on the iOS, on the on-screen display.
I don't really because I use only Android. I get everything I need to see. I don't know what is there.
On the iOS, you get the radar and all that you don't get. I don't get on the.
You can get it. You have to click something to switch between the radar and the little map. I think. I don't ever use that radar thing anyway.
Yeah.
Brent Newman is here. Brent Newman hasn't been here before, so let's welcome
Welcome.
Brent, and thanks for coming in. He's saying hi to everybody, and we're going to go ahead and take care of you and give you a blue wrench, so you're one of the
You know,
family
Mitch,
now.
while you were out at the park, I was out at the interstate exit, and I had a plane flying overhead. He wasn't 500 feet. I'll tell you why, because a cattle rancher comes up to me and says, "Are you scaring away my cattle?" I said, "No, sir. Look, I'm over the highway, which is on the west side of Babcock Street. Look where he's flying." This plane just kept circling and circling. Now, what happens is once my batteries die, I have to come down to change battery. I cannot go back up in the air because remote ID with the ADSB says there's an airplane close to you, so it won't let you go up.
So who was the airplane? Just some sightseer?
Kept circling and circling for the whole hour I was there.
Oh boy.
Well,
Wow.
that's no fun.
No.
But I didn't see him where I was flying. I was at the park. There wasn't a soul
No, it's under
in
you.
that in that park. It was one guy fishing in the retention pond.
You're
I'll
talking
tell you
about
though,
a
I went
huge
out
park.
there Saturday morning. I went out there last Saturday morning, and there were three or four guys out there flying airplanes. It's a great place to fly. It's outside of any controlled airspace. There's all kinds of room. In fact, if you want to go flying long distance stuff, you just head west, go around this. There's a school right next to it, and then there's nothing after that. It's just woods. You could, if you want to do
Heritage
any
High
long
School,
range
man,
stuff.
it's Osceola County.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm probably going to go out there tomorrow sometime if you want to run out, bring your drone or something.
The weather's actually supposed to be better tomorrow.
It's going to be gorgeous. It was gorgeous today. There was a maybe 7-8 mile an hour wind. Nothing really.
I was
Nothing
fighting
really.
30 miles an hour. Was it yesterday?
Where?
Over by the interstate. It was 30
Oh,
miles
yesterday,
an hour.
but not today. Yesterday
No,
was
no.
windy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yesterday.
yesterday was windy. Yeah, that front had just come through.
Man,
But
I was
it's,
amazed at that FPV picture. It was showing the drone like it was like at a 45-degree angle. Yet the camera was still doing a great woo.
Well, that's the interesting thing about flying the FPV drones without the gimbals.
Right.
You get the sensation of flying. Here, I want to show you from today. I want to show you this. This is the goggle feed from the test flight I did on that iNav, and I was talking about that a little earlier. And I want to show you what all this different information means. And this is the first test of the where in a
on both sticks.
what's that? Who said
Nothing.
something?
That was
Somebody.
just my mistake.
Oh, okay. But I want to show you this. This is that Tyro, the 7-inch
79?
job here. Yeah, the Tyro 129 7-inch with the big GPS sitting up there on a pole, and the compass running the iNav software instead of Betaflight. So you get basically all of the FPV goodness with air mode, and acro and all that stuff, and yet you can actually throw it into altitude hold, position hold, and auto return to home and auto land, just like a DJI. So what you're going to see on this was my first time with iNav. Now I have these same features on that airplane I built, but I'm still learning iNav, and I even though I flew the airplane and tested the airplane, I haven't flown it under the control of the autopilot yet, because I want to learn how it works with using this drone. It's easier for me to use a drone that I can just, if I get where I'm trying to figure something out, I can just say, just wait right there for a minute, flick a switch and the thing just sits there like a Mavic. It just sits. So this, let me go over to this here. This is the screen, and let me make it bigger so people can see it. At any rate, what you're looking at here is the I'll tell you what, I'm gonna make it full screen so it gets out from behind my name, so you guys can still talk. But
Okay.
for this, I'll just do this, um, and I'll start playing it here.
Alrighty.
So what we got is I'm sitting on the ground here, and I'm going to get myself out of the picture too. That little bit of jumble was when I have it set to increase the the transmitter power. So what I did was I actually took off down here in the lower right hand corner. It says angle. See the mode?
Mm-hmm.
So this is just hovering in the angle mode. And what I did was I was just doing this line of sight. I didn't have the goggles on yet. And I took it up, and over here on the right hand side is the altitude, 178, 180 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I have 16 satellites. This one on the upper left here, it just went and says auto throttle because I put the drone into hold. So
Right.
what it's doing right now is it's just sitting there. It's holding its position and its altitude. So I parked the drone and I said, okay, let's test out the hold. I'm up at 200 some feet, and if you notice that it didn't move anywhere. It just
Now, who turned it? Did you turn it?
I just did a yaw, turning it back towards me. Then I hit RTH. See the RTH down at the bottom?
Right.
Yeah. Return
See it down there, RTH?
Yep.
And so it's returning to home, and it says en route to home. This tells me the distance from home. And see, it just got to 0. See, it had said, I don't know if you saw it. Let me back it up a little bit.
Yeah.
95, the distance from home. It's holding its altitude. See, 192. Got to 0. It says preparing to land. So it actually turned around. And now if you look, it says landing, and it's holding the home point right to 0. See the distance there where it says
Right.
0? And so it's 70. I mean, it's just doing all this by itself, just like a Mavic. 35, 33. I was just shocked how slowly this thing, as it got near the ground, actually how slowly it landed. It plopped
Really?
itself down. See that?
Yeah.
And then it just, pardon me, and then it shut off the motors all by itself. It just cool as can be. And then
Look
I
at
did,
that.
I did
It even tells you how much battery you used.
yeah, except that it's I don't have it set up correctly, so it was saying way more than I did. There's a scaling factor because so many of these current sensors are different. But this one here now is
That's the DJI.
no, this is the
Oh boy.
no, that's not the one I want. That's not the one I want.
No?
This hold on a second here. Is this it here?
Ooh.
Yeah, this is it right here.
Okay.
This is the RunCam 5 that's on there of the same flight.
That's a pretty good picture.
Yeah.
It's just RunCam $100 camera. It's not bad, but this was the same flight with the RunCam 5, and the reason is you're not flying it. It's in auto level mode, so you're not looking. These cameras point up. They're not designed to fly straight ahead like this. But this was the test that I was doing. But at any rate, I think it's all on the same video. I landed, and then I forgot to record the goggle video, unfortunately. But what I did was I took off again and put it in acro mode. So here's the same drone that I was just having auto land and do all that other stuff. That I'm just flying around like I didn't do any of this flight, but I could do loops and rolls, and it's full acro. And then at some point in this flight, and you'll see where it happens, I just said, okay, come on home, because I wanted to see, okay, how cool is it to just, in case of if it fail safes, it'll land by itself. But in case of an emergency, how cool is it to just be able to flick a switch and have the thing come home? And that's what I wanted. I wanted to be able to go out and fly the drone like I fly the, like you fly an FPV drone, and yet still have the convenience and safety features of being able to have it just lock and sit and hover in position, or actually land itself.
Well, the return to home's a godsend, even if it doesn't make it home. I mean, it's a lesser short. When you're going out to find it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No doubt. Plus, you have the GPS information on your telemetry.
Right.
It tells you the last fix that it got. But there, you see the park. Look at me. I'm the only one there. There's nobody. The place is deserted. There's my car right over there, and I'm sitting on a little bench under the tree. What a place to fly.
The stupidest park in the world. No one uses it. They'll make houses out of it soon.
Fine with me. So anyway, I'm flying this flight, and you'll see where the thing actually, where I click the switch. And I guess you can hear this, can't you? Can you hear that?
No.
Can't hear that on the stream?
Nope.
No.
No?
No, even though you're raising the VLC, we can't hear it.
Okay, so what I need to do is go back in and reset that. That's that stupid sound thing that Here it is. That was the return to home switch. Okay. It went right into angle mode, and because of the wind, there was enough wind today to make it actually tilt. See it? See the angle it was holding. But this is what it looks like flying back to me. And I'm right there in right underneath the bottom of the thing. And at that point, I wish I had my GoPro or something, because I actually, there's where it turns around, and this is where it started descending. I actually wish I had my camera, because I took my goggles off at that point and just watched the thing land, just like you do with a Mavic.
Just amazed that it did it, right?
Yeah. And it landed right on the money. It was within a foot or two of it doesn't have all the ground cameras and all that, but it was very, very close to where it took off.
Wow.
And it made and this is a drone that has the battery on the bottom, so it's going to wants to fall over when it hits the ground. But it landed so softly that it actually stayed standing up straight on the battery.
Huh.
And I left it running there for a second, and that's where it finally shut off by itself, because it knew that it landed, and then I went and disarmed the drone. But that's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now you've put the same setup in the plane, you said?
Yeah, the same iNav setup in the same iNav setup in the airplane, except it does things differently because it's a fixed wing. Oh, look who's here.
Hey,
guys.
Mike.
Oh, hey, Mike.
How's it going?
How long you been sitting there?
Oh, just a couple minutes of your flight.
Oh,
there.
Okay.
How you been?
Been pretty good. How about you, Jim? Haven't seen you in a while.
Can't complain. No one wants to hear it.
I don't recognize you without your kitchen, Mike.
Right, yeah. I'm in my office and experimenting now with a new webcam, and I have no clue what I'm doing.
Well, join the club, man. Let's see.
It looks pretty good.
Let's see how it looks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't look bad. It looks good.
It's okay. Yeah, it's I don't have I just got a new computer and got a new monitor to go off to the side, and now I just today got this Logitech webcam, and to dial all this stuff in all at once, is a lot.
I know.
Well, look
I'm
at me.
screwing with
I'm using the Logitech Brio, and I'm white as a ghost.
Right. That's what I've got, the Brio.
It's
well,
the lighting.
you can go into the program and use and change the white balance or something.
And then I come out orange.
Well, but
Right,
it's cool. I mean, it's cool to be orange. There, see, I just made myself give myself a nice suntan, or I can make myself white as a sheet.
Now let me
I
ask
usually
you
keep the
about
color
that.
balance around 6,000 is where I find it. I think I look best at about 6,000.
Now, Mitch, where are you finding those settings? Because
Under advanced, it's a separate program in
It's
CyberLink.
a separate program, and I'm
Logitech.
trying to think what the name
from
of it is.
Logitech, okay.
Yeah, I just
and
opened
it
up
has
mine.
and it has a thing, and it has a you can actually make yourself bigger with it like this or
Yeah, I
smaller.
saw that. And
You can move yourself around, left, right.
Right.
You can up,
It's called
down.
Logitech camera settings. It comes with
Yeah.
the Brio.
right, but mine has what is it called? I did the download and it's the
Logitech
Logitech.
capture.
I didn't get Capture. I got the G Hub,
I don't know what
and
that is.
yeah, I'm gonna have to look up Logitech Capture separately or something because it's not doing all the things that I've heard it can do, you know. And
No, this software here. Look, I'm sitting here changing my white balance, and you see what it does.
right, you went
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, that's terrible.
This is all through the Logitech camera settings. Download that from the site.
Okay.
Because when you go into advanced, you have the brightness, contrast, autofocus, color intensity, and all our white balance that you can change.
Yeah, I've seen that, but then it's again, it's not in it's in the other thing I mentioned, the Logitech G whatever, and it had white balance and everything in there, but it was real choppy, and then so I set it for streaming, and it made it smooth, but then you lose all those options. Everything's automatic.
I don't
So-
have that. I don't
Yeah.
have software.
I must have gotten something wrong with the software, so
They have so many different so many different programs.
yeah. So it's you know, yeah, like right now, if I went into that thing, let me try. Let me
This one lets you zoom in and everything.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
and I got right,
Which is nice, Art. If you have a green screen behind you that doesn't quite fill up, like your green screen, I can see up at the upper corner.
Yeah.
Well, you just zoom yourself in.
Right.
And,
Let me.
Oh, I
and then-
usually just go like
or you
that.
move it over.
and
Ah, okay.
move my camera a little bit.
This has the button.
Sometimes you just want to be big. Sometimes you want to be big. Sometimes you want to be small.
Now now I'm in a thing where I can zoom in and stuff,
Yeah.
and zoom back out. So it's actually it's funny. This wasn't smooth before. Now that I'm on a stream, let me mess with my white balance and stuff here.
Mhm.
Because you're looking, I think, a little redder.
Yeah,
than you
that's
did
what I
first,
do because if you play with the color intensity, it changes me to orange.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have to
mine.
just do the white balance.
Yeah, and if you have a green screen behind you, like I do, you got to be careful because you start screwing with your color settings and your greens, and then you have to redo all your green screen settings.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
But you know what?
I don't
Lighting
screw
has
with that
a lot
stuff.
to do with it, Mike. Because my lights are directly overhead, which is horrible.
Right.
I've got mine bounced off the ceiling. All my lights. I don't have anything direct. The only thing directly that reflects in my glasses is the computer screen in front of
Oh,
me.
my glasses are terrible. Look at that.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always have
I
to
just
tilt
got-
my head down.
I got new glasses yesterday or 2 days ago. Every 2 years I go through that nonsense. So I actually
I really
see
need the
this.
bifocals, but I hate them. They drive me insane.
well, I have these very small bifocals at the bottom, but the way this is focused, I'm far enough away from the screen here.
Do I look less red now? I changed the white balance.
You look
Hard to say.
more pink.
Yeah, it's the room lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably got yeah. It's the artificial light that just kind of
Yeah.
it's the cold colors. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a lamp that's on a gooseneck, and I'm just using a regular LED bulb. And
Right.
yep.
I got these cheap light panels from Amazon. It was $100 something for three lights, poles with batteries, chargers, and you can plug them in. Adapters, and you can either use them with batteries or
It
you
makes
plug
all
them
the
in.
difference, though.
And
Right.
I just yeah, and if I have a remote control for them too.
Oh, fancy.
So what's really cool is I can turn them off.
Well, let me see if I can drag you guys over to my other screen.
I'm only lit by the computer, so you can see my chair. See the green screen the green on the computer is getting enough on the chair is getting
But
enough
that's
light.
still not bad. You can still see the green screen.
Well, I'm sitting in front of a 43-inch monitor here. It's a lot of light on this thing.
That
But
would
then-
drive me nuts. Yeah, I don't think I could do
But
that.
then I can boom, one button. And I've got that 920 Logitech, and did you see how nicely it adjusted the aperture and exposure and everything once those bright lights came
What do you
on
have to
from
do,
dark?
Mike? Just click and drag it over?
Yeah, I just dragged you over to another monitor.
Okay.
And it's an
look
it's an
different?
LG monitor, and it powers the computer. You plug it right into the USB-C, and it's got the new Macintosh MacBook Pro 16-inch, and then you can daisy chain off it to another monitor or whatever. So yeah, oh my God, I got a red face and everything else is washed out blue.
You're like pink and blue, like.
Oh God, I need makeup.
Yeah, wow! I just took a look at you on the actual stream itself, and you are red, Mike. You are.
Oh my
red-faced.
God,
Yeah.
the white balance is nuts. Well, it's all dark in front of me except for the monitor. But
Yeah. When you change that lighting, you'll see a big difference.
yeah.
Well, you got white ceilings. You just bounce it off. There's no need to have it in your eyes. Just bounce it off, unless you're trying to show off a mouthful of really white teeth, which I got teeth, but they're not really white, so
Yeah.
I don't particularly want that light right in front of me. It works real nice.
Coffee.
I don't know if you can see it in this shot here, but now you can't really see the lighting. But
If you
this
get another
is,
light in that room, Mike, you'll see all the difference.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to try it like during the daytime
Yeah.
and see what's up,
Yeah.
But it's all pretty much dark in front of me except for the monitor. So all the light is coming from above my head, But, yeah, my room looks all right, but my face is red as a peat.
Yeah, even your arms are normal.
Right. Yeah, maybe I'm just red in the face.
maybe you're red faced. Maybe you need some stage makeup.
Right. So I'm not that red faced.
Wind or something?
Well, we do
Yeah,
have
windburn. Remember that in the wintertime? Windburn?
Oh yeah.
Peaks all the time.
You go skiing and you come back with worse than a sunburn.
Yeah.
So guys, don't forget my birthday party on Monday night.
Monday night.
I heard you mention that earlier, Mitch. I hope I get an invitation. You gonna go live? You gonna do a stream?
Yeah, 9:00, right after Lloyd, right after the grumpy vlogger.
Okay.
So I don't want to step on him.
Yeah.
And do an hour or two, nothing major. Just I thought it'd be kind of fun to get the guys together, celebrate my first birthday, show some of my first, run some of my first videos, some of the early stuff, that first live, maybe little pieces, just maybe nobody cares but me, but it has been a year of this nonsense, and
Yeah.
I guess it is a milestone. I haven't made. I thought I'd make it to 1,000 during my first year, but I got to 914 or 15 so far.
Well,
So
You're getting
you're
there.
almost there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I have to jump out.
That's good.
all right, hey,
I got to pay the price for drinking these.
you want to meet up tomorrow? No pressure. I mean, if you're
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna open that box, but okay.
well, what I'll tell you, you got to give me a call about 9 o'clock or so in the morning. If I can't reach you, you just give me a call.
You looking to go out to the park?
Yeah, just run out to the park, fly a little bit. All right.
All right.
Okay. Thanks
I'll
for
see
coming
you
in,
guys
Jim.
later.
Good to
Take
see
care.
you, Jim.
I'll see you, Jim. Take care. Good to see you. My
I
God.
see Lloyd is here, the grumpy vlogger. Hi, Lloyd.
Hey, Lloyd.
Hey, Lloyd.
I was just saying, Lloyd, that I'm going to do my live stream right after yours on Monday night. So rather than I originally said 6 o'clock, but then I'd be all over you or before you.
Yeah.
So I will do it at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Monday night, and I'll be serving steak, lobster, surf and turf, only the best booze.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
stop by. It's gonna be a
Well,
hell of a party.
Need
I,
some-
I plan on an open bar. Open bar, Mitch, is what I'm hoping
Open
for.
bar, yeah.
You know,
Virtual.
I'm not
We're gonna
ready
have-
to face.
We're gonna have virtual. We're gonna have virtual cow and lobster and virtual
Okay.
booze too.
How do I look now, Mitch?
You look
You look
good.
better. What did you do?
I went into the saturation settings and turned them down.
Oh yeah, now you look terrific. Now it looks normal.
Mhm.
Yeah, cool. I found
Yeah.
I did something right.
There you go. Hey, all right. Let's make you
Okay,
big.
cool.
Let's
Yeah.
make you big and see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not bad. Not bad.
No,
Mhm.
looks good. Looks
I don't
good.
even
Art
have
looks-
a light directly on my face or anything.
Art, you're looking a little green
Art,
around the
you're
gills
beautiful,
tonight.
baby. Beautiful.
Little
You're
green.
gonna knock them out, man. Knock them out.
All right. So Lloyd, you bring your whole party over to my place after
There.
after the stream.
There you go.
That's
We'll
great.
have Crash, the old guy in the drone.
The old guy.
Yeah.
One year. I'm 1 year. One. I'm one. Yeah.
One. I
One.
will be 2 in April.
Wow. Your Metro Drones is here. How you doing?
Yep.
Cardosa, Ken, how you doing?
Yep.
He's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, these people
Hey,
come
Kenny.
and go. Yeah, I have to pay more. Arizona Drone Dude, how did you escape without a blue wrench? You guys see somebody without a blue wrench, let me know, because I don't pay as much anyway. I'm going to give you, Arizona Drone Dude, a blue wrench so you can be like part of the family. I like that I know a lot of guys don't, but I like it because it lets you know if somebody right away is been to your stream before, or this is the first time, where you can give them shout them out and give them a nice welcome if they haven't been there before. So Arizona Drone Dude, thank you for coming in. I appreciate that. Got 17 people watching.
Good.
It's the Ken Heron pre-show.
Yep.
And let's see, I'm counting down until when Art runs. There goes Art.
Yep. Here I go.
And I'll tell you
hit
what, guys.
1,000, didn't you? Art hit 1,000.
Art hit 1,000, but he's struggling.
Yeah,
He needs
that was
those watch
tough.
hours. I got some watch hours I can sell you,
Oh.
Art.
There you go.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, on my notice I got today, I have 1,093 watch hours.
Yeah, you only have about 3,000 to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if
And you got to
look-
do that every 12 months, unfortunately. And I'll
Oh.
tell you what, it just takes. You got to make a lot of videos that are 10, 15 minutes long.
Yeah. That's
These
why
2-minute
this-
videos don't cut it if you're trying to build watch time. Not
Yeah.
unless you have 50,000 subs and get a
Yeah.
million views. Or you got to do live streams. I don't know. I never made a plan on how to get to this level that I'm at, but
Right.
it worked out that way.
Mhm.
So I've got the watch time. I need another 80 something subs, and
Yeah.
then
Well-
I can graduate kindergarten and move on to the first grade.
Yeah. There you go.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's all that important, but I think you do. You get an opportunity to become what they call a partner. So you do
Yeah.
have certain things you can post. You don't have to post just videos. You can post those surveys. You can post just
Right.
a picture with some text, like a lot of guys do.
Right.
And and you can use you can use your cell phone and go live.
Yeah.
So I think if all I need is another 80 some subs, I thought, well, maybe I'll jump into Canadian Drone Hub or Poos's and do that nonsense. And then I said, nah, I don't have it in me. I don't want to get subs that will never think of me or see me ever again. I'd like to have subs that are actual subs.
Yeah.
Victorian Aerial Vision has joined us and is new. Hey guys, and how you doing, Victoria? Welcome. Glad you stopped by towards the end of the stream here. We cut it out. I do that on purpose because otherwise everybody would just vacate anyway and leave me sitting here by myself, feeling
5 more minutes.
less than wanted when the big boy comes on.
Yeah.
Victoria, I'm going to go ahead and make you a moderator. Give you not that we moderate anything, but give you a nice.
Victoria, I'm going to go ahead and.
Oh, somebody turned on their audio.
Wow.
Is it off now?
Yeah, it's off now. Was that you, Mike? I heard
Yeah, it was
an
me.
echo. Yeah.
I
Oh,
put
okay.
the stream on, but I had to mute it after I put it on.
Okay. Yeah. And No Fly Drone. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Hey, bud, I'm late, but we're watching the video. Thanks. Yeah, I showed a video of my Tyro 129 that I actually got working with on iNav. I wanted to see if I could get a drone working with iNav, 7-inch quad, and took it out today for the test flight and it did its thing. I could fly it in acro mode and fly it around like a quad and flick a switch and it would hover and hold position and then auto return to home and land. So there's some of that on the stream. You'll see. I played some of the video from that. So it's kind of fun. It's kind of like I think Bob Casey said, best of both worlds. You got a FPV drone that you can fly like an FPV drone, and you've got the safety and convenience of a camera style drone that you can throw a switch and let the thing fly itself, not have to worry about it crashing or anything, and the fail safe. And I was really surprised just how accurate and how well that return to home worked. If this drone had a gimbal on it, and the video you were looking at was stabilized, you would never be able to tell the difference whether it was a Mavic 2 or this cheap ass Tyro $129 FPV drone from Banggood. So the cool thing that I was trying to I'm going to do a video about it. I'm going to take tomorrow. I'm hoping that Jim does meet me there. I'll bring a camera. I'd like him to actually take some pictures of this thing, as it's coming home and landing, and the kind of stuff you can't really shoot when you're flying unless you wear a GoPro on your hat, but they're too wide angle. You can't. I have a video camera that you can zoom in with, I want to make a video about it. I never invented, of course. iNav is available for these things, but to be able to combine the capabilities of the stabilized camera drones with the ability to throw a switch and have it become an acro FPV drone and do it all for around $150. It's pretty cool because that's all that thing really costs. It uses the same cheap flight controller that came with the drone. It has barometer. It has compass. The magnetometer or whatever they call it. It has accelerometer, gyroscope. It has every sensor known to man in it.
But
it
no
just
gimbal.
Doesn't have no gimbal and no position sensors. But it's not designed. This is for flying. This is to have fun flying, not to.
Right.
You can get some pretty nice footage of the FPV stuff if you go out, fly low over the trees of the ocean. I mean, you can get some cinematic stuff depending on what kind of camera you want to throw on top of it.
Yeah.
You put a stabilized GoPro on it, you're going to get some pretty nice footage. But I'm looking for something because I just like to fly. and having the safety of that, being able to throw the switch and have it come home and land right where it took off is cool. Felt like an accomplishment, even though DJI's doing it with no problem.
You know, Mitch, if I hear the Mavic Mini mentioned one more time, there's 5 videos a day on the Mavic Mini.
I know.
And
I
everyone's
ignore
saying
them.
the same thing. It's crazy.
Yeah, Chris likes his. I mean, Chris likes it, and it's probably it's a look. We all if we're in this and we're content creators, Mike, we're all looking for excuses to make videos that might be interesting, and you
Right.
gotta
Oh, yeah.
you know. So anytime a new product, wait till we all get our Skydios. You're gonna be so sick of Skydio videos, and
Oh, God, that's gonna. Of course, they're gonna come out. They're gonna trickle out, but everybody, not everybody, but so many people got the Mavic Mini at once, and everyone's looking to do a video a day. Not guy like Chris. He's just flying. He's not doing like a review kind of thing, and
yeah.
But all the reviews saying, here's 5 reasons to get it for Christmas, and all this stuff. It's like, oh, I know if I want to get it for Christmas, just it's this kind of mania over whatever DJI releases, and I have a Mavic Air. I don't need a Mavic Mini, it's
Well, of course you don't. You don't. But a lot of these people that are buying the minis don't have.
Mhm.
If you have an Air, you don't need a Mavic Mini.
right.
Even if you have a Spark, you really don't need one. I mean,
Right.
But they're selling. You gotta admit they're selling the hell out of them.
But a lot of people that need to keep creating content to keep their watch hours up, I think just have to keep making videos.
Yep. Yeah,
you
make
have
them
to.
10 to 12 minutes long, and now build up your watch time. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah,
No,
And the live streams too.
That watch time, is that just for monetization, or is that to go
Yeah,
live?
you have to have 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subs.
No, I think to be able to go live, you only need the subs. You don't
Right.
need the 4,000 hours of watch time to be able to go live from your cell phone. But in order to get monetized, you need the 4,000 hours.
Yeah, because I reached
got-
400 last night.
So catch you guys next time.
All right, Art. Thanks for coming in, and I will. Even though I don't post a lot in Ken's chat because I'll probably sit outside, smoke a cigar, and watch it, and I don't like typing on that stupid little tiny cell phone keyboard. I'll be watching, and I read all the chats that you post in there, Art. So
Okay.
you
All right.
you and Jim Wallace.
Take care, Art.
Take care.
Take care, buddy.
Bye-bye.
All right, next
Bye.
time.
So-
I'm not in that much of a hurry. By the time I get to Ken's, I haven't missed much. Maybe I
You
might miss
missed the pigeon jerky,
Missed the
got it.
pigeon jerky commercial. Yeah. Lloyd is out of here. See you later.
Take care, Lloyd.
Thanks for coming in, and we're going to be shutting it. We're going to be shutting it down here pretty soon. I don't want to try to compete with Ken Herron, but hey, you know who Joshua Bardwell is, right? The FPV
I know
guy.
the name. I don't know.
Yeah, he's the guy that was on Ken's stream. Anyway, he's big in FPV, one of the most popular FPV channels, and he makes a habit of he basically wants you to support him and be a patron and all that, but he basically says he tries to help everybody that asks, and he's got 100 and something thousand subscribers, maybe close to 200. I mean, huge. He does live streams that have 1,500 viewers,
Wow.
where he does question and answer stuff. And I sent him an email, asked him a question, and 10 minutes later got an answer back from him.
Wow.
Incredible. So I'm going to become I'm not a patron. I don't ask for money from anybody, and I don't give anything to anybody. I don't know why. I just I don't come on and say, send me money. You don't either, Mike.
Well, yeah,
we reach a certain point. I got enough, to do what I'm doing. I don't need.
Yeah.
I don't want money from from people that I'd like to consider friends. If I was making a living at this, like some of these guys are doing,
Right,
and
if
this
I
was my
needed it
living,
or whatever. But
yeah, and I was providing a service like Bardwell does, where he's making really technically informative videos that are educational, and yet he still says, you know, you don't have to pay me, I'll help you anyway, and he did, and kudos to him. He and I think I am going to become a Patreon of his. You know, $5-10 a month.
right.
You know, I mean, it's like a Netflix subscription, but I do get a lot of benefit from his stuff, and
Yeah,
you know,
well,
I've
that's the
learned
thing. If you really feel like you're benefiting from it, then you know, it's worth like you say, throw the guy $5-10 a month. You know, and is a way of thanking him for what you're getting
yeah,
out of it.
exactly. You know, look, I've done a lot. I've learned a lot in this past year about not only about YouTube, but about look. I've started in this FPV stuff and gotten pretty proficient with that, especially the technical side of it, the building them, how the flight controllers work. Now I'm learning this INAV stuff, and I've learned this from, you know, watching just tons and tons of these guys' videos who really do a hell of a job to make a tutorial or something that is educational. And so I just wanted to point out that one of the few, I mean, I needed an answer from DJI on the FPV goggles, and 3 days ago I wrote their support a letter, and I've gotten 3 or 4 letters back from them telling me that they're forwarding my letter to the next guy. And then I finally got an answer today that says, try resetting the thing. And what I asked them for was the pinout of the audio connector that goes into the AV in, so I got a receiver. There's these four, you know what TRS and TRRS is?
No.
You look at a headphone jack. You have a tip on the end, and then either 1 or 2 rings.
Right. I know that.
The sleeve at the base. TRRS means you have 2 rings. TRS means you have 1 ring. Like Apple and those things use the TRRS with the 2 rings, the tip and the sleeve.
Right.
Every
So you get a
manufacturer,
microphone and audio.
every manufacturer who wires those things differently.
No.
There's 8 or 10 different conventions that you find on the internet of where the left audio goes, where the video goes, where the microphone goes, where the right goes. And if you have a Apple, it's one thing, and if you have a Panasonic, it's different. That's why you just can't grab one of these accessories made for Apple and plug it into some other phone. So nowhere does DJI publish what the pinouts for their particular goggles are, where you plug the external receiver to get the analog in.
Right.
I imagine it's the same as Fat Shark, but I can't find that either. So I wrote DJI and asked them. And
it's still that bad with communication, huh?
Oh, God. But they thank you so much. They constantly thanking you. At any rate, Mike, good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, Mitch.
Good to see you, my friend. We're going to...
One question, you're the computer guy, unless you want to go offline.
No, yeah, okay. Let me shut the stream down and then hang around and I'll try to answer that. I'll try to answer. Let these guys go over to Ken Hearns. There's 11 people watching. Let me say goodbye to who's still here, above and beyond drones. Jim, thanks for coming in. Enjoyed having you. Call me tomorrow. Paulie, Drone Bum is here. Rick Halber.
Hey, Paul.
Good to see you. Who else might still be here? No Fly Drones. Thanks a lot, guy. I'm with you on the Mavic Mini. Yeah. Thanks for coming in. Good to see you. And whoever else is left, we're down to about 11. So whoever's here, thanks for coming in. And enjoyed it. Enjoyed it. These 2 hours has flown by like it always does. So I'm going to crank up my music here. There it is. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And of course
the snow's melting right now, Mitch.
Yep. Turn it over to Spank to say goodnight. And before Spank says goodnight, I'll tell you all, take the rest of the day off. Go play with your drones. What do you think, Spank? Good night, guys.